my channel. If you haven't already, please make sure you check out my last video covering a lot of details on pregnancy. Even though we all know it's super impossible to cover everything about pregnancy because there's so much. Skirt! Hold up. Before we go any further, make sure you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and go ahead and click that notification bell too so that you don't miss any future vlogs. And y'all heard what Tammy Roman said. Let's get into it. I wanted to record this at night so that I could take my time and for a little bit of cozy vibes, hence the candles. Because this vlog might not be as joyous out of the trio. Where do we leave off at? Right. Starting from the first night that Cairo and I got home, right away it was like reality just not only kicked in, but moved in with us. And not only because Cairo had her first blowout diaper, literally within the first half hour of our first time at home together, but more so because I was alone. I was by myself, by choice, but I got pregnant at a time where I was not mentally or emotionally prepared to be a mom. Quick disclaimer, although I'm an open book, I do like to respect the privacy of others, so I won't give too much detail. Although I wish I could tell it all because I have my experiences within these threaded stories we're about to go through. Bear with me. The last video was super long when I wasn't even planning for it to be that long, so I'm gonna try to make it a little shorter this time, but this experience has not been an easy one, so there's lots of deets. I was still dealing with the lingering phase of a breakup. And y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that lingering phase. You know, you've broken up with someone, but y'all still keep talking. Y'all still hanging around each other, doing what you do, you know. But here's the kicker. It wasn't just one person. It was two people. Yes, I was in a polyamorous relationship. So that means I had a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Although it wasn't my norm and I would definitely never do it again. It was actually one of the best experiences and relationships that I've had. I actually learned a lot about myself as a person and learned what I want, what I don't want. I learned a lot about myself as a woman and seeing the other side from a male's perspective a little bit, but it was great. I was actually really devastated when it ended and it took a long time to heal. I did not take steps to heal initially. I instead continue in a pattern that I normally would do at that time. I would just go to the next relationship or find someone else or cope somehow with someone else, which is really not healthy. What is that on my face? Y'all see that? It's like, when I back up here, it's like, am I tripping? Am I seeing stuff? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know who told me to do this, but I got on the Hinge app and voila, met someone, went on a couple dates, realized that this person was just not the right person for me. Good person, but just not the person for me. But too late, you pregnant. You're pregnant. After that throuple, I was drained, to say the least. Not to put any of them down because they're actually really good people. But I was just drained mentally and emotionally, and I realized that having a monogamous relationship is important to me, having the traditional family, having a husband, having children. I just wasn't expecting to have the instant situation where the carriage comes before the marriage, you know, but, and also not to shame anyone because I'm among the village. I did have a child, technically being single and not in a relationship. I just grew up in the church, and regardless, that was always a goal of mine. I wanted to be a wife before I had children. And there's definitely been some times I've been sick of men too and given up on that whole species, but at that time, I was a little desperate. Let's be real. I was desperate and got on a dating app, met somebody, boom, got pregnant. But like I said, I was still in that lingering phase with one of my exes, and then got this new person who I'm just dating, not in a relationship. So yeah, I'll let you draw your own conclusions on that one. That means I spent my pregnancy alone, without the back rubs and the foot rubs and the midnight food requests. So I chose to be alone because I just wanted to be fair and wait until there was a DNA testing situation. So lo and behold, Cairo's dad is her dad, which I kind of already knew anyway, but just wanted to be safe and be sure. So I put myself through through loneliness, and I'm not a person that likes to be lonely, just to be honest. Just to not have it be messy. You know, it's already messy, it don't need to be even messier. I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm someone that's gonna always keep it a buck. Even if it's ugly, or it's bad, or it's dramatic, or it's toxic, whatever it is, without putting other people out there, Selena's gonna always keep it 100. Okay. So going back to the first night, I don't know what it was that came over me. I guess it was the fact that I was alone, but I just cried my eyes out while I watched my new baby lay in her bassinet and just really take it all in. But the good thing is, once we did get the results, her dad absolutely stepped in. And he would come here at night after work, after already working 8 hours, sometimes doing overtime, and just came here and would be with her at night so I could get some rest, and would leave very, very early in the morning. So it was kind of like a shift. We did shifts, but of course, naturally, after a while, two people that don't really know each other the way they should, and then just have this baby, just throw this baby in the mix. We started bumping heads, and I decided that it was necessary for me and my mental health to be able to be a mother and raise our child to co-parent separately at your house and at my house. Having to adjust to literally just doing everything myself while I'm here by myself was certainly an adjustment, and I'm 100% sure it was an adjustment for her dad as well. But he has been the most amazing dad. We have not always gotten along. I always say we're oil and water, but we're in a good space now, and yeah, I have no complaints at this point. We've been through everything, okay? Everything. Needless to say, we've come a long way, and we are doing great as co-parents, and I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud that we got past that hard phase, because I'm sure there will still be more challenges as she grows up, but you know, I feel like the initial part is over, so we're good. However, I was going through postpartum depression at that. I don't know how a gnat got in here, but okay. So yes, I was going through postpartum depression and having just a really hard time with motherhood. Like, there were some very scary moments through that process, and trying to seek help to figure out what's going on, or see if there's anything that they can do to help with my condition once I was diagnosed. And they did give me something, 2 different like mood stabilizers, and my baby was still very, very small at that time, and it would just knock me out, and I did not like that. I did not like that feeling like, you know, she could be up or awake and crying or something, and I can't hear her, or I'm not alert because I'm just passed out. I did not like that. So I only did it for about a month. I did allow it to have time to adjust in my body, but it wasn't soon enough for me. And when you're a mom, you will do anything. You will suffer. I was willing to suffer, you know, while she's getting bigger. But on the other hand, I did still do talk therapy, and that was actually very, very helpful for me, but it still took a little bit of time in the process. And in the middle of that, I don't know who told me to do this, but I got into a relationship. And give me a second on that one. This one I really have to be careful with. So I met someone one night when I was out with my girl, a night where I really needed to get out. I was having a very hard mom day, and her dad was coming to pick her up. So I went out with all my friends, and I met someone that I fell madly in love with super fast. I mean, we both did. I mean, fast to the point where I don't even know how the person just moved in here. I never asked them to move in. They just, their things are here. We're here. Like, we're just, you know, just going along with life, just going with the flow, like two teenagers, like I'm not a mother with a child. But it was a really beautiful relationship. He was exhibiting everything that I wanted in a partner. Like, you could not tell me that this was not it, that this was my husband. You know, he bonded with my daughter, she bonded with him. She was still under 1 year old, so, you know, she won't even remember him. But, you know, that was a time where I actually felt like I had a family. So because of that, I just ignored all the little tiny signals that I had in the beginning. Why do we do that? Why do we just ignore certain signs of things? And what's crazy is I really wasn't in a place where I was just like that person anymore, where I just jump into something and expect it to be all hunky-dory. After having Cairo, I actually felt very numb to relationships. Like, I just had been so hurt from the relationship I was in before I got pregnant that I just was numb to relationships as a whole. I'm like, don't want it. We can do a casual thing, I can date, but I don't. So for me to get into that relationship, it had been 2 years that I was single before I got into another relationship, but just the way we moved was way too naive. That's the best word I can say, because that was not well thought through at all. And right before it ended earlier this year, actually, like I said, I won't do too much details, but it definitely got very volatile, very toxic. Cue Krishan Rock. I wish I could tell it how I want to tell it. I don't know how to put all this together, but it was bad. And once it did end, I finally started to realize my worth for once. And you know, I'm not perfect. I've definitely made a lot of mistakes. It always takes two to tango. I definitely saw some things in me that still need to heal, still need to grow. However, there's just still certain lines you just do not cross in relationships. And I know for a fact, me over 30, the Salida now is way different from the girl that was in her 20s. The toxic me, you know, I definitely have been the toxic one in relationships and have done crazy things I would never do today. So that one was really hard for me because I just did not understand. Part of me felt like I deserved a lot of what I went through because of what I've done in my past. I just know that regardless, after that, I really started to blossom and I really started to grow up a lot more and just focus on motherhood and realize that I still needed help for my postpartum depression. I'm still in therapy and I'm trying to deal with some physical stuff with my health. There's been a lot of things that has changed in my body since giving birth that I'm not used to. Like, I'm so uncomfortable in my body. And it's really been a struggle for me to take care of my temple. Like, I try to eat better, but then I slack with the working out part of it, or I work out and then I slack with the eating. Like, I can't get them together. And I'm still healing from that situation, from everything that I went through over the last several years, but definitely over the last year, I'll say. I would say that I'm still on a postpartum journey. My daughter is almost 2 years old, but some people think that postpartum depression just comes and goes. No, it doesn't. You have to get the help for it, and you absolutely have to put more into your self-care. It's okay to take a shower. It's okay to sit and take a bubble bath. It's okay if you have a village and you have your mom, or you have your best friend who's reliable, or if you have mom friends or family members that you can trust. Emphasis on trust. If they watch your baby and you go take yourself to dinner or go out, or just do whatever you want to do to feel like yourself again. You're never going to be who you were before you had a child, but that's actually a beautiful thing, because you transform into this new woman, but you just have to adjust to her and learn how to love her. But it's just me and my baby girl. Like I said, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. I'm still growing with her. She amazes me every day. I learn from her so much, it's ridiculous. All of her milestones have just blown me away. Like, she's just the most magnificent, beautiful, smart, and very determined little child. Like, she's my heart. I love her so much. But thank you guys for tuning into part 2. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you guys can tune into chapter 3 of Mommy Diaries, coming at you soon. All right, I had enough, y'all. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I'm out. Love you guys.
Yay, more life.